All right, where did I leave off? Field goal attempts. We didn't even get through the field goal attempts. And here's LeBron, guilty of dislodging. Now, those of you who are not up to date on this dislodging thing, there is, in fact, a rule in the NBA that says that you cannot slam into a defender and cause them to lose their footing or dislodge, displace the position of the defender. And I have the NBA video rulebook example and a breakdown of this in my video making fun of LeBron picking on people. It's this one. So go and watch that one if you want to. So in any case, this is an example of dislodging. Not called. It's never called against LeBron. Now that we've covered the first rule that he was allowed to break on this play, we can pan up and look at his feet. Traveling. Another rule that we've just come to expect LeBron to get away with. Let's talk this through, because it's really confusing these days with kids saying shit like the zero step and the gather step and the pre-gather step. This is so ugly and awkward. What's he doing? All right, I am going to stop it right there because that's his final dribble. The ball is bouncing back up. You can see that a foot comes down. That same foot. What the fuck is happening? I can't even keep up. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, the ball is bouncing upward. The right foot is about to come down. Now, since we have to pander to you LeBron kids, we'll just not count that one. Again, all right, there it is all the way down. And remember, we're not counting that, even though he has picked up the ball. Now here you see he's about to come down with the left foot as he spins around. And he's going to come back the other direction, which means that he has established that right foot as his pivot foot. And we'll just pretend that he's not dragging that around. Admittedly, this would be hard to keep track of on the court if you are a ref, because somehow he hops with that right foot and brings it down before the left foot has completed the motion that it started before the right foot hopped. This guy's inventing new ways to travel. Now I stopped it here so that we can catch up. How many steps have you got so far? I'm getting confused already, but we're far from done. But fanboys, do these not even count? You know, do you have a new special rule? Do these not even count as steps as long as they're awkward and hoppy? So that right foot that has already moved twice since he picked up his dribble, unbelievably, is going to move again. Ooh, that was a big step. And now watch. The left foot is going to move yet again. And if you recall, that right foot that has moved twice now was the pivot foot. And here comes that left foot for yet another step. I'm really curious what people think. I'd like to see in the comments how many steps people think have been taken here and see how different the views on NBA rules are nowadays. Whatever names you want to give to these steps, one thing remains true. It's way more steps than they used to take. I mean, these guys take more steps in a game than the old school guys took during dunk contests. Look at Jordan following the rules, dribbling to do a foul line dunk. Now here's a chance to look at that gather step. See the foot on the ground? Okay. He's got two hands on the ball. That's the gather step. He takes two more steps after that, believe it or not, in the dunk contest. Let's watch. 1, 2, 1, 2. Look at Dominique. 1, 2. You people that disrespect these guys from the old days simply haven't watched what they used to do. That is vicious. Just look at these clips of Jordan dunking on big men. I mean, the pump fake was pretty great, but watch the dribble and then 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2 and lift off. None of this goofy extra special name step bullshit. Come on, promise school kids, let's do some counting exercises. 1, 2. Catching an inbound pass, he lands. I guess we could call that the gather step. 1, 2. Catch 1, 2. Dunk on O'Neal. Land and explode on O'Neal. Speaking of rule shifts in the NBA, believe it or not, there is another rule within this same play that we need to take a look at, because when you listen to the announcers after this move on Mourning, they actually question whether Jordan's partially extended elbow should count as a push-off or a clear-out. I mean, that's got to make you laugh when you see what LeBron does with his arms. And I didn't even notice this previously, but LeBron does that with his off arm after taking his 22 or 23 step hop thing that he does. And then he actually uses the other arm to move Holiday out of the way as he extends toward the rim. No wonder Holiday had his hands up at the end of the play. It's like, Jesus, dude, he finished the legal move over here, which is why I was over there. And then after you let him take a couple more steps, you let him clear me out. All that to score on a guy 5 inches shorter and what, 30, 40 pounds lighter? So now this video is already 5.5 minutes long and it's only been one play, which begs the question, is this too much detail or do you like this? In my defense, when someone gets away with doing 3 illegal things in one play, it tends to take longer to dissect the plays. Obviously, the problem is it's going to take forever to get through the game, so I could shoot through the game and be less detailed, or I could keep doing these. I don't know, but I notice that some of you are commenting that I left this or that out. Please keep in mind that this is a playlist, and a lot of the topics that you mentioned are included in the other episodes that are included in the Christmas Day Massacre playlist. I leave you with a reminder that I asked the question, how many steps did you count? Please put in your comments. I want to see how many different answers that I get.